Yeah, I do like this because it kind of reminds me of the kind of meta-narrative that was going on during the run of the Invisibles comic series, where the book was about magic and rituals, but he approached the comic as a ritual. So you've got that kind of intermingling thing going on. And because it's a subject I've been trying to get a handle on to do something with, and someone's now done it successfully.
I've been surprised to find out how many people in the Lamentations sphere are actually into this kind of thing for real. Because I approach this as just as much make-believe as everything else. I mean, the foreword, J.F. Martel, I was freaked out when I got that, and he's basically making the argument the evangelicals were right about what role-playing is going to do to your mind, and I was just like, oh, God, I'm publishing this, and everyone's going to think I believe it, you know? And that's the thing. I don't just want to publish things that match up perfectly to my beliefs. And to me, magic is, at best, a meditation technique. You know, you're focusing mentally, and that's how I see it. And if dressing it up in all spooky language makes you more dedicated, makes you actually do it, then more power to you. But I don't believe in magical energy. I'm looking at this as an experimental book that's fictional like everything else I publish, and other people are taking it a bit differently. But it's like, certainly, like the numerology section.
Oh, that's funny.
Surely, yes, it's funny. Surely someone doesn't look at that and think, that describes reality. I mean, I used to listen to Coast AM a lot. And I remember back when it was like hardcore Bigfoot and aliens, and then George Norrie took over, and then there were more, it's angels and numerology, and it was just like, oh, God. My fear of that book is not so much people are going to get pissed off, but people that think I believe this stuff as actually true.
To me, it was always so obviously, patently absurd to try and claim that D&D was satanic or would lead people into black magic and so on, that it never needed explaining or needed a disclaimer. It was just so obviously dumb. But then I felt that way about a lot of the current things that cause a fuss to do with games, that these claims that this is ist or phobic in whatever way is so obviously and plainly absurd, and this is so obviously and plainly fiction. Why are we even having this conversation? I've always felt that way. So this was also timely as a sort of reminder of that to me, I think.
You saw news segments or bits in the newspaper about, Dungeons and Dragons is taking over our children, and then they would interview the children, like they're interviewing 12, 13-year-old kids, and it's like, that you're going to get the fully formed intellectual arguments out of them. What the fuck,
Yeah.
But the whole thing was ridiculous because, number one, the idea that there's a company out there that's marketing products specifically so people kill themselves. It's like, okay, that might make sense for a one-and-done product, but when you have a product line that you want the fans to keep buying, maybe you don't want them to die before the next supplement comes out. But
a terrible business model.
But then even if it was satanic, so it'd be difficult to be a heavy metal fan.
Maybe it's like Connell Cochran.
Offended by the idea of this band's satanic. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw it all. It's like, just don't buy it. If the argument for God is so much better than the argument for Satan, make that argument instead of making your God seem so weak that you have to make sure no one learns about Satan. It's like, oh my God, if they learn about Satan, they're going to abandon God. Well, that's not saying what I think you're wanting it to say.
That's a poor argument for your God, but I thought this was cute. They put you in there. James Edward Raggi. I thought that was great. I loved that. That's at that point. That's when I looked at the book and I was like, oh, okay, they're definitely just having fun. Okay.
The devil has the best tunes and the best books.
So I can't wait until we have some potential plans for this book, which of course would be ruined if I said what they were. But this is probably the dumbest idea ever, but we'll see if we can get some people worried about the book.
If you do bring in some like table rituals and things, there's some that would have a very net positive effect, I think. Like in a lot of ritual practice, you're supposed to wear clean clothes and cleanse yourself beforehand. So if you make that a ritual before you can play the game, I think conventions will get a lot nicer.
Yeah, that would be great. Can you do that? I'm tired of walking through like the Magic card players and going, whoa.
Say the magic words.
Of course, having an RPG convention full of people in white robes might not go over so well. So
pick up.
As long as they're not wearing hoods.
Anoint thyself. About thy groin and armpits.
With the sacred deodorant of old spices.